Welcome back, everybody. This is Grace, and today I'm going to be talking about a few random items and also documenting a Devour Saga quest that is about to be reworked. Battle for the Salvation Weapons. So I'm just going to read this, chill out, and then as I'm battling the monsters, I'm going to talk about a random update in April, or in March, excuse me, that I never talked about, which was the Blarney War and the Spring LTS, which actually had some pretty good items, so I think there'll be a little bit of stuff to talk about. But with that being said, I need some water, so I'm gonna pause, come back. Alright, I paused, came back, got my water. Hope y'all couldn't hear that slurp, but delicious water, very filtered, high quality stuff, only the best for me. No, but seriously, we're gonna talk about some items, gonna go through the quest, and just have a chill old time today. Alright, so context. This is the Devour Saga. Hell if I know what's going on, but the Huntress just arrived, absolutely tossed Yulger into a wall, tossed his salad perhaps, unconfirmed. In the subtext is what it is, but we have now made friends with the Huntress because, surprise surprise, Ifil, the giant Spider-Man, was the evil one. Like, get a clue. Giant spiders in 2007? Actually, that was when Harry Potter came out, so you know what, some giant spiders aren't evil, but then he turned out like half evil in the end. Aragog, I'm talking about. We've lost the plot. What I'm saying is the Huntress is a good guy. We are gonna find the weapons that were foreshadowed in the last few quests, and it's gonna be a grand old time. After being tricked by the nightmarish creature called Ifil into believing that the Huntress was an agent of the Devourer, we finally discover the truth, that the Huntress is here to help us find a way to fight back. With her help, a clue to the location of a hidden weapons cache containing items that can harm the Devourer's true agents more than anything else is found, leading us to the floating haven of Isle d'Oriens, the rip in the sky, for those unaware. Beautiful, beautiful place. Warlock, Artix, I see you have already found Adder. Thank you. Finding him may have only been half the battle, so to speak. Indeed, it seems Adder has no memory from ages 6 to 10. Very curious. Let's put it this way. I'm more than a little guffed about it. I have no idea what that means. I assume upset. I never thought much of it, but now, with this news... Yeah, how about that? I never knew I had a cousin, let alone one a mile high in the sky. Is that canon? A mile? Means that catapult sent a human a mile. The trebuchet catapult sent a human a mile because we launched to the Isle of Oriens from a catapult. I have things that are reminiscent to ADHD, in case anyone was curious, which is why I'm talking about the catapult now. But if a catapult can launch a human in full armor a mile into the air, that's a vertically, dude. That's crazy if that's canon. Let alone a mile high in the sky. I only wish we knew about this a long time ago. I do not wish to cut this family reunion short, but there will be time to renew your family ties if we manage to survive the Devourer, the Gallon's assault. Grammar, but okay. Adder, we need to find out where the weapons have been hidden away for centuries. It isn't that simple, friends. When I was little, I lived near legendary Oaklore Keep far to the west. Far west mentioned. But then my life is a blank. Next, I remember I'm here in Isle of Oriens. Something happened in those 4 years, something very important, but somehow my memory of them is gone. You must remember something. We cannot have come all this way for nothing. Think, Adder, think! It'll be really funny if I don't put the meme clip in there, because I'm lazy at editing. Anyways, I'm telling you, there's nothing there, it's all a blank. No, Adder, not a blank at all. I know the technique well. Someone placed a veil of memories, all caps, over those years. What exactly is that, Warlock? It sounded like the title of a romantic mystery novel. The veil of memories spell causes one to not see their own memories from a certain period of time. They don't forget what happened, it's only hidden from them. But this veil is not permanent. It is like a lock on a door. It needs a key to lift the veil, and the key is usually a special object. Oh my gosh. Holy Frogzard legs, an object, like the book. Oh man, exactly. You know, like I gotta stop. I can't keep doing this. This is funny though. Except for the Frogzard part. Show Adder the book, if you please. This had better work, wizard. I mean, why is she saying that? Like, what's the big deal if it doesn't work? Oh, the object wasn't the book. Let's go find something else to try. Like, anyways, so dramatic. You're so dramatic, Celestia. Is that her name? Okay, here it is. You feel any itching sensations in your brain yet? Oh, he's about to. Weapons of salvation. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. Now I remember. Now I remember. The weapons of salvation are hidden deep underground beneath the crater from where the Isle d'Oriens rose in the sky long ago. Father, you are the one behind the creation and hiding the weapons? The Eternal. After you left in pursuit of the Devourer, I was alone, watching over the secret clock that counted down the seconds until the day the Devourer returned. I was angry, frustrated. My life had come to mean nothing, and so I had to do something to make it right. I spent every waking hour in the library here, talking with the wizards and psychics. After 2 decades of research, I discovered a super rare metal called Viridium. Oh, okay. The metal originated in the interdimensional pathways from the Devourer Child for eons. Also, by the way, if there are more all caps, I'm reading them out loud. It's so funny to me. I don't know why. There was a story of a girl who tossed a spoonful of powdered Viridium into the face of one of the Devourer's minions. The minion was weakened and she escaped. How did this possibly happen? Did people eat Viridium? Was it like in her stew and she like threw it at the guy? Cause like how is someone throwing powder at an enemy? Like imagine like this guy who I'll put on screen pops up and you're like the first thing you think is like I'm gonna throw powder in this guy's face. Like what? Anyways, the Eternal realized Viridium was poison to the Devourer's agents, and so he went to my ancestors and those of Yulgar for help. The family of blacksmith gathered Viridium, all the Viridium that could be found, and began to forge weapons enough for an army, where I knew the Devourer would come back. The weapons were made and hidden in the mountains, and then, not long ago, when Adder was a young lad, he helped me move them, to confuse any of the Devourer's agents who may have remained on lore. So now, the Devourer has returned, and his agents, Ifil included, are close behind us. You must hurry to the surface. Ifil may be already gathering his forces there. I will contact Vince. I always think he's Vance. I just like have that in my head somehow. And have him lower Isle d'Oriens on its tether. We will need it nearby when the weapons are found. Once on the Isle, they will be much safer. Now, to arms. This raises several questions. Why did you have to remove Adder's memory? Like, he's a 6-year-old. No one's gonna kill him. He's a 10-year-old at the time. No one's gonna, like, torture him for information. This is Adventure Quest we're talking about. PG rules apply. Secondly, was he just lurking there invisibly the whole time? Because he jumped in to finish Adder's sentence. So, like, he knew what they were talking about. So was he just waiting for the dramatic moment? Was he like, just letting us, like, dig around and not know what's going on the whole time? Like, what's the situation here? How does this make sense? Okay, moving on. Why, Father? You're getting to be feisty in your old age. Oh, man. Oh. It seems you've all come to the same conclusion. My creatures, prepare for war. I'm not going to try and pronounce it. Alright. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Vance. Celestia. I think her name is Celestia. I could be way off here. Let's see what Twilly says. Uh-oh. Lots of monsters are trying to get the weapons too. Trina? Twilly predicting slaying 10 years in advance? Oh, trying to. I just can't read. Oh, let me press that X, please. Okay, maybe not. Let's see. Weapons of Salvation. A beacon announcing return of the world-eating devourer erupted. A mysterious woman called the Huntress appeared, researching the weapons of salvation that have a harm trigger. They've been below the crater, but Ifil waits with an army of monsters to destroy the devourers. Destroy the weapons to protect the devourer. Okay. I'm not going to take any of these guests. I think I've showcased them in a weird stat setup, but now that we're doing some monster battles, we'll talk about what items I'm doing. So one, I've got Rebirth Staff, which I always call Mother's Staff by accident. I've got the Glory of the First Shield, which I think is like Old Glory if you don't have the War version, but this is the War version, so it looks cooler. In theory, it looks cooler at least. And then Rebirth Staff, it's a magic weapon, we'll talk about it. And then there's also 4-meter Blarney skeleton, which looks exactly like that. And so the first thing I'm going to talk about is the Rebirth Staff. So the Rebirth Staff is a 0 proc magic fire weapon, and that's what it does. But what it also does is it gives you a... I don't even know if I have a harm damage effect. I'm going to keep it so real. What it does is you click it and pay SP to inflict a choke. Yeah, okay, we're gonna have to Zorback this kid. I'm pretty sure. And then use something, but anyways, so Rebirth Staff, you can click it to pay 392 SP to inflict a 4-turn 42% choke. You heard that correctly, 42%. And it's multiplied by 5. I clicked the wrong ability, my fault, gang. And it's multiplied by fire resistance. So if something has 130 fire resistance, the choke is going to be 1.3x the potency. So definitely a powerful ability. This should trigger to do void damage. Yeah, we're good. I thought I was gonna get bricked by the Terrazard. It'd been mad funny. Well, if we get 5 more of them, I might. But so it can inflict a huge choke for an SP cost on any fire spell. So first of all, choke is a really strong status, hugely powerful defensive status, which I think is cool. Now, so you can inflict a massive choke with this just by casting a fire spell. Now the thing is, you can also inflict choke. Well, you can inflict choke with a fire spell. There's no fire choke spell, but there is a fire choke pet, in the form of the button bit warrior, soldier, or something, knight. And there is a fire panic spell, which is an effect that is very similar to choke. So in that situation, you will be dealing a lot of damage reduction all in one go with the Rebirth Staff. And the cave seems to have been here long before the crater was formed. The entrance was blocked by a cave-in, but Warlick levitated the rocks away. Somewhere within rests the weapons of salvation. Go in. Ooh, these guys. How fun. I like these guys. But anyways, so I really like this magic weapon because you can inflict hella defensive statuses. Choke is a really good status, so alone the weapon would be really good in my opinion. And then because you also have a fire panic spell, you can get like 25% incoming damage in one turn, which is just really strong. So seeing red with this is going to be nuts for a defensive play. A little bit overkill, and choke and Spanic don't stack together that effectively. So you will have that. It's like a downside. But, I mean, you know, like a minor downside, let's be real, compared to the upside you get. So it is hefty. It is a hefty SP cost, obviously. 392, a full 100% melee. But I really like it. I think that the choke effect is really powerful. Now there's one more effect that I've been ignoring. But on basic attack, if the foe is choking, you gain some MP back, I think. Or on basic attack, you just gain MP with or without the choke. It doesn't really matter because it's only 117 MP. In fact, let's do it now. Let's see if they have to be choking or not. Well, the guest ate my mana, so... Fire damage. Yeah, so they have to be choking for you to get that MP heal. So it's like, it's still quite good. But you do have to inflict the choke first before you can restore your MP. But you can do that if you want, but I don't think that's the real draw of it. I do think visually, actually, this looks beautiful too. It's got cherry blossoms falling, which I think is very pretty. I really like the look of the weapon. So I'm a huge fan of the art. I'm a huge fan of the effect. I think it's a very good mage weapon, and people should definitely pick it up from the spring limited time shop when they next have access to the spring limited time shop. I personally bought the painting because I'm a mini whale. That's not even true, to be honest. Well, I have like 3 packages, 4. But anyways, there's good reasons to have this staff. I'm a big fan. Next up, Old Glory. This is a fire dex drive shield. That's it. That's all there is to it. Drakath! No way! Oh my gosh. Man, I love the Devourer Saga. I hope he stays, but like, maybe he becomes Entropy, dude, when they rework the quest. That would be mad funny. Clubber the Undead Dude. Wait a minute. So this quest kind of has like a lot of bosses. This one's been updated, but I mean, it's kind of a bummer if we just lose out on all that. Well, if they change, well, let's see if they change the monster pool. Historically, they do change the monster pool when they update Devourer Saga. Well, historically, sometimes they change the monster pool actually when they update Devourer Saga quests. So we'll have to wait and see, but I do hope they keep some of these bosses. I don't think they will. Like, Drakath is not gonna come back, but maybe. I don't know. But yeah, Dex Drive Shields. It's a fire Dex Drive Shield. I'm a big fan. There are a lot of good fire shields. There's a lot of good shields of every element these days. That's kind of an exaggeration, but only a little. Kelp Ball. Oh, this little green guy. Actually, I really like this guy. Hold on, I'll attack once so you can see his animations. But yeah, I'm a big fan. So then the next super simple item I'll talk about is this one, the 4-meter Blarney Skeleton. So it's a 4-hit light spell, and what it does is it eats blind to deal extra damage. Specifically, it can eat up to 400% melee and blind, which let me just figure out how much that is real quick. I'm gonna just airball the calculations. So if I get them wrong, sorry fellas, but blind has the same effect as MRM. So 3 blind should be 5% melee. So 400% melee is 5 times 20 times 4, so 80 times 3. So 240 blind, I think, is 400% melee. That could have been way off, but it's a lot of blinds. Anyways, so you'd have to use like the Blarney light weapon, Chemical Unity. You'd have to use that to like actually get all 400 melee % blind eat. Or you could use illegal blind hack. Any variant of illegal blind hack which exists, there are several. Actually, you know what? I don't know if they still work post Vampire Bats change. Because Vampire Bats is one good way to trigger it. I think they still do. I'm pretty sure they still do. Anyways, there's a lot of illegal blind hacks you could do to get like semi-permanent, crazy high blinds. So you could use one of those to do it. But anyways, you're not normally going to get the full eat unless you are really building to get the full eat. So, I mean, but it's a light eater spell. A light blind eater spell, which actually already existed as a golden gift box, but I think it went rare. It might still be in the shop, but either way, this one is more modern, so it works correctly, where the old one didn't. So that's good to know. Alright, we have done it. You've reached the lowest level of the caverns. The weapons of salvation fill this chamber. I will teleport them back to Isle d'Oriens, and there, Vincent Adder will help us distribute them. In the meantime, make sure our enemies are driven from this place. There they go. No! Malzar, attack! We'll fight alongside the Huntress. Okay, this Malzar, I actually heard a rumor about this. This Malzar has 500 strength and endurance due to a scaling glitch. So we actually, you know what, I really don't want to die because that would be mad embarrassing. So I'm gonna just store back this guy so I can continue to, just talk about items. So the last item from this release, which was also from the Blarney War, the Meteor Skeleton and the Rebirth Staff were from the Spring LTS, the Old Glory and the Harrowing Dunes spell are from the Blarney War. But anyways, so the last... What's the Huntress doing? Dick all, apparently. She did wind damage. Curious. But Harrowing Dunes is a ice spell, and it pays a vast majority of its damage to inflict a permanent ice burn. Now, this is kind of cool. We love permanent dot support. And this one is a 4-hit spell specifically, and it's overcharged, I forgot to mention. But there's also a skill version of it, so you can have melee range, melee magic, melee ranged or magic for MP, so SP or MP. And what it also does is part of its, so about a fifth of its total power as a spell gives 2 turns of 25% ice elemental empowerment, and then two-fifths of its total power goes towards the infinite ice burn, which is 100% melee. So you get you get a lot of ice burn, but like not a crazy amount. I think it should be like power. Let's see, 200% melee after the 50% save. So can I get a 200% melee, but then so 20% melee. So like power 2 burn, I think, permanently. It was one of the Devourer's agents from another world. There, I see him in the next chamber. That ugly Zard Patty isn't going away. Come on. Wait, oh great, they got a big head start on me. I hope they let me get a piece of Efil before they finish him. Haven't you seen the ballyhoo ads? Efil cooks, Huntress. Absolute ratio. I've seen the ballyhoo ads. I've seen this animation like a million times. Boom, boom. Bam, yep. Totaled. By the way, she went toe for toe with Nightbane, so the power scaling on Efil goes crazy here. Oh no, I'm too late. Your friends cannot help you anymore. You are alone now, and I will pick your bones with my teeth. You know, Efil has 600 intellect. That's a little intimidating. I sure hope he's undead. I sure hope he's undead, because I might get cooked. Might get absolutely cooked if not. I shouldn't have risked it. I should have soarbacked him. Imagine if I get one banked here. Oh god! Did he just do 2k void damage? Wait a minute, we might have an actually challenging boss. Okay. Hold on. I mean, the challenging boss when he gets reworked. Right now he just has 625 intellect for bug reasons. But, let's make it, well actually FD doesn't help for void damage, but let's go FD. Let's go, Inspiring Radiance. This actually does help for void damage. And let's drink a potion. Maybe my Phoenix will perma-stun his ass. Okay, I think he is. I forgot to switch to a Dark Armor, but I think he is undead, because he'd be doing way more than 229 against 100 Dark Res. He did like 2k with Void. I wonder what this guy's attack pattern is. Does he just do like randomly Void? I wonder if he could chain them and hit like 4 in a row. It'd be hilarious. Oh, you know what? Shadow Feeder Pendant, perhaps? Uh-oh. Let's go to my luck armor. Luck drive. Okay, thank you. Back to Arcanist. Back to Leprechaun now that I have Celerity. Yeah, I'm taking this way too seriously, but I don't want to get... It would be mad embarrassing to die to this guy, even though he has uber boosted stats right now. Yeah, I'm gonna just chance it. I should be fine. Alright. So this is kind of fun, actually. So if you see this before the update drops, you should come fight 600 intellect Efil. That's kind of fun and silly. I've never done a fight like that. Woo, you're both okay. I was beginning to worry. Efil got away, but not before I made sure he didn't forget me for a long time. Ooh, oh boy, this is going to require several pints of potion. This indeed is a small victory. That's a victory, but a small one. For we may have won the battle and found the weapons of salvation, but the real war is only just beginning. Thank you, Hundreds. I hope you guys aren't upset about that. I hope I'm not blasting your eardrums. I haven't checked the audio, but yeah, so the salvation items, they swap elements. The art is the same either way. But the real draw of these weapons is that they have a no-drop version, so you can get no-drops of light, and specifically the 100 proc is really nice because it's a bow. It's a no-drop 100 proc, which I'm a huge fan of. But that's the quest right now. We have the weapons of salvation. Efil has fled. The nature of the Devourer's agents has been discovered. The war to save the world has begun. So that's pretty much it. Talked about that March release. Dicked around in the quest. Nearly got my cheeks clapped by a glitched boss, and I had a good time. I would recommend. Interested to see how they rework Efil for this upcoming quest. because he should be a challenging boss. Like canonically, so we'll see. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Pretty freeform, pretty relaxed, pretty low stakes. Let me know what you think. Bye bye. Spread some peace and love.